So good evening and good morning and good afternoon also. Some people joining in Europe. So I think all of you able to hear me. All of you able to hear me? Please, can you please mute? Can you please switch off your videos? That's important because a lot of bandwidth it. So we have like 5 more minutes left. This session exactly starts by 1 o'clock. Please mute yourself, please. The people are still joining. So now it's 33 people. Yep, we are waiting for 5 more minutes. Meanwhile, can you please, in a chart window, can you please put your first name and last name, and course of study like a B pharmacy or statistics or computers, whatever, and college also, which college you are from. So, and what's your expectation about this webinar? What is your expectation? That's what I'm asking you. After completion of this graduation, you want to get into corporate. So those type of things, can you please add in these 5 minutes of time in a short window? That's way we are going to deliver a lecture in a more efficient manner that will be useful for every person. And also one more thing is, can you please mute yourself, all of you, can you please mute yourself and switch off your videos also. So that's those things important. And even for example, I know the person with the Jyoti, some noise is coming up. See, 100 people are in the conference. Suppose you are talking in background noise, other people is annoying. So that's the reason I'm requesting all of you, please mute yourself. Okay. And the next is, if you have any questions, don't be hesitate. You can put in a chat window. Immediately, I'm going to see the chat window. Then we are going to clarify all of your questions also. We want to make this webinar is more productive webinar. That's what we want to clear. Okay. This session again, we are going to open a SaaS software, and in front of you, I'm going to write a program. So that's where you are able to understand how the programs are looks like in SaaS side. Okay. Yeah. Can you please switch off your videos? A lot of people, and also right click. For example, I saw your phone names like 1WL, etc., etc., etc. For the people, can you right and rename with your name, whatever the name you have it? Yes, you can type the name. So basic things you need to follow these things. I think all of you are able to see my computer screen. All of you are able to hear my voice also. Okay. Just 1 more minute. We need to start. This is our first series of webinars. So this is our seventh session. Okay. Oh, way back. This session is as programming and management exclusively for who wants to enter into corporate. So, Vencharla Nagapujita, can you please mute yourself? And also, I told you, like, please rename with your first name and last name. If you are not renaming your first name and last name, probably we are going to remove in this meeting because we want to know about the people with first name and last name. For example, my name is Venkat Ikkurthy, my first name is Venkat and last name is Venkat. Same thing like that. Okay, Nagapujit, I think you have technical problem, or can you please mute yourself? Okay. This is the agenda for this session. If you are not able to hear my voice or not able to see my computer screen, just ping me. You can do this. See, Sopna, Uma, and Sudhakar Garu are able to hear my voice perfectly.
There is some midway, there is some garbled thing, but now it is clear.
Now it is clear. Okay.
Yeah.
That means, yeah, can you please, Sopna and Uma, if you find any people with unmute, can you please mute them because you are a host and you are right to mute the people. So this is so that's a problem with their end, problem with not my end. So I told you, like, generally we are entering this meeting 12:45, 15 minutes before. Now the session is already started by 1 o'clock, 1 to 2:45, almost 1 hour 45 minutes is the session. I'm giving like a 5 minutes, max 10 minutes break between this. And question and answers is 2:45 to 3 p.m. is our question and answers. And closing reports, just like as a 2 to 3 minutes with Sudhakar. And these are all our agenda here now itself. See, I told you, like, these are all thumb rules. Mute your audio. For better results, use headset. And raise your hand if you have any question. Do not turn on your video. So, because people are outside, they are not in a proper dress and all this stuff, don't go with anything video. And enter the questions in your chat window. These are all the thumb rules in these webinars. Next is now the present situation where all in webinars is because of the COVID. Stay home, save yourself and save the nation. Ultimately, you are saving the world. When you see these numbers across the globe after lockdown, numbers are going down. Unfortunately, India, the numbers are going up. So be careful. Now daily cases is more than 15,000 in yesterday itself also in India particularly. And now it is almost crosses more than 400,000 cases. Now in India is in, I think, fourth position in across the globe. So please be careful. That's very important. Because this is things. This is our seventh session exclusively in my end. We have other people. See, these are all the sessions we already conducted. And this is the session for this here itself. When you go back, read this one. Success and excuses do not talk together. If you want excuses, forget about success. If you want success, do not give any excuses. So this most important is every successful person has a painful story. Every painful story has successful ending. Accept the pain. Of course, so sitting in a webinar, sitting at home is not an easy task, but you need to accept it. Better to utilize it. Please. Now, Education is the best friend. An educated person is respected everywhere. Education beats the beauty and the youth. So this is the Chanakya's caption. Of course, I like very much. So better you can concentrate on education. Here also quality education. This is the session now. Next week we have another session, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The session contains all these industry leaders, industry professionals having with more than 30, 40 years of experience. Better to join the session. You can throw the questions also. Of course, we have other people also interested to join, professors and senior persons. We are going to update those things periodically. This is the next Saturday, next Sunday session. That is our last webinar session for this season. We are not going to conduct any webinars for this season anymore. This is the last one. Okay, now everybody is asking about the certificates. This is the situation now. But anybody wants the certificate, please fill the feedback form and send it to us. Definitely, we will send the feedback form. But it's not possible within 10 minutes you are going to get it, but you will get it. For sure, you will get it. Then, of course, we are also working in industry. We have certain constraints. Yes, you will get it within 1 or 2 weeks, definitely. Okay. Now, instructions is and at the classroom, but education is at the life. So always you will get educated. Any point of time, it doesn't matter. Say continuous learning is the key for the success. You need to go with continuous learning. Still, people are joining now. 86 people are joining in this conference. Definitely, more people are interested to join for this. So, Swapna, can you please mute the people who are not in mute? Now, see, these are all the things. Triangle of success. You know these basics, theories, information, facts, figures, etc. All are in your curriculum system. See, these things is important here. Self-motivation, self-confidence, all these things in your end. But goal setting, time management, reasoning, communication, interpersonal skills is also required. So if you want to get a success in a corporate, somebody's name with D616D82F. Can you please mute yourself? Otherwise, I'm going to remove the my meeting. So if I'm going to remove the meeting, you cannot join again. That's why I'm requesting. I don't want to send you off for sure. So please be okay. Please mute all of you. Sure. Okay. Now see your goal, success. See your goal, understand the obstacles, creative, positive mental picture, and clear your mind. Yes. Embrace the challenge, stay on track, show the world what you can do. These are all the things is successful if you want to become like a career. Okay. Now going back to here, of course, this is another meaning of real happiness is quality education here. Experiences. And of course, here. And coming back to the reality of what is why we want to do these things. A lot of times, people consider about they want to do programs. Why do we need to program? Why do you like it to association? Now is totally like how we want to write programs. How we want to write a programs. That is important. The next step is like next is I'm going to open a SaaS server, SaaS software in front of you. Then after that, so this is the just like as your video, just you can see this one.
Nade. Yeah.
No matter how much data you have, if you know how to make sense of it, SaaS comes in. No matter where your data comes from, SaaS enables you to transform it into real knowledge. SaaS gives you the power to know your organization, so you keep all facets. Of your leverage your real power with SaaS. You can access and manage data from a wide range of sources. You want to read
Venkat sir, you mute yourself all these mic.
I mute every person actually. Yes.
XML report, or read Oracle data on a mainframe computer and create a graphical report that can be viewed on a PC. Maybe you want to store a report on a server so your computer analysis. You can even use a client application on your PC to transparently query and analyze data stored on a SaaS server. For example, you create tables and story reports.
SaaS. What is it? SaaS is a statistical analysis system. Like for example, integrated software. It has so many applications. It's so many applications. That means, for example, if you consider about MS Office contains MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. So many. Particularly if you want to create any Word document, if you want to create any Word document, you are going to use MS. Calculation something, you have to use Excel. So if you want to present something like this, you are going to use See, every application, every product in the software has a specific purpose. Specific purpose. So it's my audio.
Hello?
No, sir. No, the idea is not clear.
How is it now?
Now it is okay. When you are speaking,
It,
it is
it
okay,
is,
sir.
sir. Sometimes it is stopping.
Yeah, only
Okay.
thing
Because
is,
already more than
there is
2 minutes
something
I joined.
garbled, sir. Occasionally, there is a
Uh-huh.
garbled sound, but when you are speaking, when you are asking us, it is very, very clear.
Oh, that means problem with I know a lot of bandwidth problems are here. So better to switch
Yes,
off,
yes.
the person's video, particularly.
Yes, yes, that's the reason why we have stopped our videos also, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. And also, I locked my meeting. Unfortunately, a lot of people are registered. Some people seems to be intentionally disturbing us. That's the reason I locked the meeting. Means nobody is going to join our meeting first of all. So I'm very sorry to somebody is not able to join the meeting. I cannot do anything this point of time. Okay, I think seems to be now. If you find a problem, just let me know. Then we will see. Okay, okay, sir. Okay,
Now it
now
is very clear.
very clear. Good, very good. Thanks, sir. See, we have like I told you, like SAS is a statistical analysis system. In this statistical analysis system, why we want the statistics? You nowadays everybody is taking better decisions. If they want to take a better decisions, they want to do some analysis. They want to do some analysis. Now, going in this, we have like 10 records, 20 records, 30 records, 100 records, 1,000 records. Now, you won't believe that we have like a billions of records, sometimes trillions of records. So we have vast amount of data. We want to convert the data into meaningful information. We want to convert the data into meaningful information. For that case, statistics is required. Without statistics, we are not going to do this. For example, if you want to do something like, I want to prove that relationship between two variables, like attention and attention, something like that. See, for records, I can do with a calculator, I can do calculation. For many records, it's not possible. So for that case, we, yes.
Yeah, there see again the voice is garbled, sir. But when you are talking to us, it is very, very clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, you go ahead, sir. Let us check again. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. See, that's the reason we want to use some software. Some software is required. For example, somebody is going to use Excel for their analysis, SPSS, S plus, R project, SAS. There are thousands of softwares available in the market for analyzing the data. See, why we want to go with SAS? Why not other softwares? I know SPSS, S plus. I'm still working with our software. Why I want to go with SAS is only one reason, because you want to enter into corporate citizens. So corporate is using lot with SAS, lot, because 96% of Fortune 500 companies are using SAS for their analysis purpose. For SAS analysis purpose. So that is the reason I'm encouraging people to learn SAS first of all. Now, what is I told you like office and so many products. Each product has a specific meaning, specific purpose. Here in SAS also, we have so many products. One is base SAS. Second one is SAS graph, operation lower, QC, vertical, SAS stat, application front end, ETS, access. Go to the next. All these uses as products. All these products is required to get into corporate. No, this is also I do a lot of products. Because organizational almost 10 years working graduated, postgraduate statistics and mathematics students. And the last 22 years I'm here in US. I conducted yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Voice
go
is
ahead.
breaking and people are asking to unlock the
Okay.
meeting. And voice is breaking. Never
Okay,
before.
now, okay, one second. Now I am going to unlock this meeting now, and people can join now. Okay, one
This
thing.
way is
Okay.
good, but sometimes it's breaking sometimes. I
Okay.
can't understand.
That's the reason I told you, like, yeah, I think most of the people, they stopped their videos. That should be good. Yeah, everybody is like, okay. See, GIS, Geographic Information Systems, EIS, Enterprise Information Systems, intranet, INTRNET, intranet. Everybody knows about internet. Internet is network across the globe. Intranet is only within the organization. Multi-dimensional database. This monitor is a two-dimensional. This room is a three-dimensional, multi-dimensional database. So, okay, then SAS share, PH clinical, interactive matrix language, IML, GUO, computer performance. All these applications, its products, is a part of SAS. Part of SAS. Now we're going further. What is exactly base SAS? The basic importance is here. What does base SAS means? Just like as your heart, base SAS is a software, is essential product in SAS system. Without base SAS, no, it's possible to learn any other things. So first to concentrate on learning this base SAS. It includes the supervisor. It supervises all the remaining applications. In format, because the data is in format and format. See, for example, in this session, couple of people from Andhra Pradesh, they know Telugu. Couple of people from Orissa, couple of people from West Bengal, couple of people from like Chennai, I mean Tamil Nadu. I am here itself. So I am delivering these in English. So you are all accepting. That means how my communication goes through. That is in English language that comes to your brain. That is data comes in format. How you are going to store the information in your brain? Suppose you are from Tamil Nadu, you can save that information in Tamil language. So your brain is taking how data is coming in. See, the word itself is see how data is coming in. That is in format. You are saving the data here. Then some other person from Bengal, West Bengal, he know only Bengal language or he know some other language, you know that one also, then he is asking a question. So you are transforming that into that particular language. That means a format. So data coming in format, and how we want to display the data, this is the format. Remember this one, in format, how data is coming in. Format means how we want to display the data. Simple example I am telling you. If the data is coming from India, you are talking about DD, MMYY. First two letters belongs to date, second one is month, third one is year. That's the way. Suppose data is coming from US, MMDDYY, first two belongs to month. So that means you are the person, you are going to process the data, then you need to understand how data is coming in. How data is coming in. So if data is coming from US, use MMDDYY. If the data is coming from India, use DDMMYY. So all the data is stored in a data in a specific way. Then after that, I want to 4-digit here. So that means you are going to use MMDDYY 9, something like that. That means please be understand data, how data is coming in, that is in format. How we want to display the data, that is format. format. And functions. Functions means function. What function means? Function always returns a value. Simple meaning, function always returns a value. Suppose if I'm asking a question, hey, do you know any of the functions? Probably, yes, you know a lot of functions. A simple example I'm giving you, trigonometric functions. Everybody knows about sine, cos, tan, etc., 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 all this stuff. So trigonometric functions, exponential functions. So mathematical functions, statistical functions, minimum is a function, maximum is a function, minimum is a function, maximum is a function. Upcase is converting everything into upper cases, low case, prop case. For example, upcase is converting everything into upper cases, low case is converting everything into lower cases. Recently in version 9.4 onwards, we have another one, that is prop case, PROPCASE. Prop case means Venkat Ikkurthy, V is a capital and I is a capital. Initial letter is a capital. Those type of functions. So base SAS contains, it supervises everything. And informat. Informat means how data is coming in, that is informat, and how we want to display, that is for format. That is for format. Okay. Now, yes, I unlocked that meeting. People can join now. Okay. Now, function. Function means function always returns a value. That's the basic definition of the function. Because tomorrow when you are going for a corporate, people are asking a simple questions. Hey, what is SAS? What is going to do? What type of functions you know that? What is the difference between format and informat? What is the, so when you are working with data, you need to explain these things. Okay. And call routines. It also includes utility, reporting, and analytic procedures. Proc means procedure. We will discuss those things a little bit later. Okay, now going further. So base SAS, if you understand, if you want to go with any other application, yes, first familiar with, not familiar, at least you should learn something about base SAS. Because of my mathematical knowledge, I can explain what is exactly function means. So these are all base SAS part, if you please understand. Next one is, what is SAS graph? Graphical presentations. Just now I showed with the COVID presentations. Last week, February 15th is like probably 10 cases. Now it is June 20th or 21st. It closes to like almost like 400,000 cases. The graph is up. Immediately we can smell, oh, the cases are increasing. So graph is very, very important. People can understand. So that type of bar diagrams, pie diagrams, histograms, polygons, etc., etc., all these graphs, we can do it using with the SAS graph. And next one is WAR. What is WAR? WAR, operations research. What is this operations research? Operations research is very, very simple. Optimization. Simple example. If your company is enjoying with the profits, you want to maximize their profits. If a company is suffering with losses, you want to minimize your loss. Simple example. Optimization means the same thing. So, you know that concept of operations research. See, why I am telling all these things is probably you may be bored. A pharmacy student or a statistics student or a management student. See, if you want to get a overall growth of the thing, then you are going to get a job. Simply, I know pharmacy and I know metabolism and toxicology, all these things. Is it possible to get a job? No. A statistics person learning with statistical concepts, chances are less. See, the reason is you need to learn all these things. That is the reason we are concentrating on only 3 areas. One is with the communication. Second one is with the pharmacy and management. Yesterday's session is with the pharmacokinetics stuff. That's a great session actually. So now I'm explaining about this WAR is optimization methods. Simple example, every company wants to make profits. Every company wants to make profits. So if a company is enjoying with the profits, they want to maximize their profits. If a company is suffering with losses, they want to minimize their losses. Simple example I'm telling you, a Emirates flight is coming to Hyderabad 2:50 early morning. 2:50 early morning. Same flight is going back to Dubai by 4:20. That means first to 30 minutes is get out of all these passengers. Next to 30 minutes is cleaning the whole flight. Next to 30 minutes is getting new passengers. Same crew is taking that flight back to Dubai. Same crew means the same pilot and same people? No. Same machine is going back. That means you should understand how to minimize the idle time of a machine, how to minimize the idle time of a machine. That is also one solution in operations research. We want to transport maximum number of people with minimum time. That is a transportation problem. We want to assign suitable persons with suitable jobs. That is assignment problem. Sequencing, non-sequencing, linear. So many industrial problems are there. You need to come up with. Simply, I'm asking, what is simplex method? What is this? No, this is my problem. Tell me the solution. Tell me the solution. I need only solution. I don't care about the subject. So that type of things, everything is there in war. Of course, in war, we can talk a lot. My specialization is in operations research when I'm doing my master's. So I can talk a lot with the war. So up to every company, even simple example, when you are playing a pack of cards, you don't have joker, you don't have life, you don't have anything. What you are going to do? Simply definitely are going to lose the game. You are minimizing your loss. Simple concept. That is operations research. Quality. Who wants quality? Customer or manufacturer? Customer or manufacturer? I'm very positive. A lot of people consider about, oh, customer needs the quality. If customer needs the quality means everybody is going to buy like Sony television, or everybody is going to buy like Apple iPhones. Why people are going to buy other companies? Customer has so many constraints. One is price. Second one is availability. Price. Second one is availability. So many things. But manufacturer, no. He don't have any constraints. He don't have any constraints. He should maintain the quality, otherwise he will be out of the race. So manufacturing companies, yes, they are going to use this QC part. Transportation companies, yes, they are going to use this war. So that's the reason, depending upon the nature of the business, you are going to explain them in a different way. You can explain the solutions. That's a very important part. I want to explain it. And again, SAS statistical applications, application front end, econometrics and time series. A series of data in accordance with occurrence of time is nothing but time series. Again, of course, everybody knows about econometrics. A series of data, time series, a series of data in accordance with occurrence of time is nothing but time series. Similarly, SAS access. I told you, data is always stored in a database. Data is always stored in a database. So for that case, you need to access the data. How we want to access the data? I am using Oracle database. Somebody using Teradata. Somebody using some other things. Is it possible? For that case, we have one product that is SAS access that helps you to access the data. Intranet, INTRNET. Intranet is only within the organization. For example, here, now it is like, we are like 100 people in a conference. So that is not internet. It's not like going in a internet. Multi-dimensional database. What is multi-dimensional database? Probably you know like a two-dimensional database. When you are doing your graduation, you have to find a three-dimensional, multi-dimensional. What is this? Very simple. Very simple. I'm telling you, data is like this. For example, data is continent level. Content level, like North America, South America, Europe, Asia. The next level is with the country level. The next level is state level. Next one is district level. Next one is city level. There are 6 or 7 levels of data is here. Coming back to here, age group 0 to 10, male and female, literates, illiterates, something like that. So we have like a multi-dimensional database is there. We want to identify those type of things also, because data is huge. So these are all the things. And similarly, SAS Assist, FSP, full screen editor, connect, it links the sessions across the globe. For example, we are all connected to like a Zoom meeting, because I am in the US, you are in, somebody is in Hyderabad, somebody is in Chennai, somebody is some other place. We are all connected. Similarly, in a corporate, in the big companies, they have offices across the globe. How we want to connect? SAS Connect. Enterprise Information Systems, Enterprise Information System, EIS, Geographic Information Systems. Similarly for SAS here, PH clinical trials of experimental drug, interactive matrix processing. See, for example, if you have a 2x2 matrix, if I want to calculate inverse, you can get it within 1 second. Suppose 3x3, probably 2 minutes. 4x4, at least 20 minutes. If you have a matrix of 64x64, manually impossible, but we can do those type of calculations in SAS within a split of seconds. See, geoscience data, application interfaces, particularly for like Arogya Setu application, etc., is there. The same concept, computer performance. These are all different applications, products in SAS. SAS is just like a just learning based SAS, you know. But depending upon the industry, depending upon the situation, you need to explain your interviewer, yes, I can do these things, something like this. Now, going back, what exactly SAS is going to do? See, previously, now I think, you see like statistical analysis, people consider sometimes SAS full form is statistical analysis software. Unfortunately, that's not correct. SAS full form is statistical analysis system, statistical analysis system. So it's integrated software solutions that enable you to perform. First one is data entry, retrieval, and management. See, data entry, retrieval, and management, and report writing and graphics design, report writing and graphics also, statistical and mathematical analysis. Analysis is very important here, and business forecasting and decision support, operations research and project management. See, all these things. For example, if you are going with data entry, retrieval, and management, you can go with like Oracle also. Report writing and graphics, there are hundreds of report writing softwares are there. Statistical and mathematical analysis, we can do with the SPSS or S plus or MATLAB, etc. You can do this. Business forecasting, Hyperion is there. So, okay, operational research, something is there. Suppose, for example, if you want to do all these things individually, you need to pay a lot of money to different companies to get all these things. But SAS is going to do all these things. Additionally, you can develop a application. The most important is when you are in a phone, most of your applications is developed by either .NET or Java, most of the applications. But using with the SAS, we can develop a application. Particularly for banks, who is a good customer, who is not a good customer. Okay, clinical trials, pharma companies, these people are developing so many applications by using with the SAS. That is the reason SAS projects are like a very long-term projects, not like a couple of months projects. So these are all the things. Suppose now tomorrow somebody is asking, hey, what is SAS? Now you have an answer. SAS, well, SAS is an integrated system of software. We can do a lot of things with SAS. We can enter the data, we can retrieve the data, we can manage, and SAS is a very powerful report writing software. We can create very powerful reports and the graphics also. And also, like basically SAS is a statistical analysis. We can do a lot of analysis using with statistics and mathematics. Business. That's where you need to prepare an answer for your question. So parallelly, you need to, if you are learning something, you learn something, prepare your interview, prepare interview questions, and prepare your resume. All these things simultaneously, if you are performing, then only you will get an opportunity. So I want to do, first I want to learn SAS. I want to do this. I want to do this. It's impossible. Because I told you, like, a lot of times people, oh, I want to learn perfectly with SAS. Forget about it. If you want to learn perfectly SAS, it's impossible. 5 million pages of documentation, no. But you should know how to use the documentation. Our approach is we are not going to give a fish. We are going to teach how to catch a fish. You should know how to use the documentation. Without documentation, without help files, it's really tough to survive in a corporate going further. So what is components? Data management facility, a programming language, data analysis and reporting utilities, data management facility, how SAS organizes the data, a programming language. Don't worry about it. It's not like a C language. It's not like a Java. It's not like other big programming languages. I will write a program in front of you. So then you are able to understand what the program means. Similarly, we can analyze the data and we are going to use reporting. Best example I'm telling you what is SAS means. For example, if I want to make, just now I want to make a cup of coffee, what I need to do, just simply I take this cup and pour milk, then put it in a microwave. 2 minutes of time, then I took my cup out. So SAS is like a microwave. Always remember, SAS is like a microwave. If I want to make a cup of coffee, coffee is inside every data, then I put like a 2 minutes of time and my coffee is out. Suppose if I want to make a popcorn packet, 4 minutes of time, I can get a popcorn packet. Suppose if I put coffee with 4 minutes, it will spoil. Popcorn with 2 minutes, it won't come up. So you have a data, you need to use the right timing, whether 2 minutes or 4 minutes. Same thing, SAS is wrote so many programs for you. Simply you need to use that program and push it, you will get a reports. Hope you understand this approach. If you go to Python language, I'm telling you, I know Python also. Python language, lot of programming logic is required. Here everything is done by SAS. Simply we are taking what inside is happening in microwave, I don't know. I don't know. I know only if I want to make a cup of coffee, I want to take this milk, I want to put a 2 minutes of time, then I will take my cup out. That's all. That's all I know that. Same thing here also. I don't want like your like a hardcore programming part. Don't worry about it. So SAS is best example. So programming language. If you want to write a programming language, every language has its own syntax. Every language has its own acronyms. You need to follow those rules. We will discuss those things also after next. SAS organizes data into a rectangular form or a table is called a SAS data set. Here the terminology is very important. If you are going with Oracle, we can call it as a table. Same thing, we are here itself, we can call it as a data set. In SAS data set, each row represents information about an individual entity and is called an observation. See, each row, for example, Venkat Ikkurthy, male, location USA, something like this. Okay, that is my information, and individual entity and is called an observation. Each column contains, now I have columns like the name of the Venkat, Swapna, etc., etc. Each column represents the same type of information and is called a variable. So please understand what is observation, what is variable, what is row, what is column. So each separate piece of information is a data value. For example, here ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight. Okay, these are all variables. ID number, this much, and these are the name. These are all the teams, start weight and end weight, something like this. Then when you see this, that is the variable. These are all the data values. The whole thing is a observation. So when you are working with data, I'm telling you, a pharmacy student working with the patient profiles, patient information. Suppose a banks, they are working with the customer profiles, customer information. Manufacturing companies, they have some manufacturing data. So all these situations, you should know how to analyze the data. Depending upon, I don't care about the industry, whether it's pharma industry or whether it is a financial industry or manufacturing industry or even travel industry, it doesn't matter. All the situations where optimum is we want to analyze the data. We want to convert massive amount of information into meaningful information. Converting massive, large information into meaningful. That we can do it. Okay, now going back here. Suppose if I want to write a program to build a SAS data set. You want to build a data set. First, you should understand base SAS software. You write a program that uses statements in a SAS programming language. Suppose, for example, if you want to write a program, whatever the language has so many statements, we need to use those things. Always remember two things. In a SAS program, we have two things. One is two steps actually. One is with the data step. Other one is proc step. Data step and proc step. Every SAS program contains two steps. One is data step and proc step. Data step is it is going to create a data set. Proc is nothing but a procedure. Suppose if I want to calculate how many boys and how many girls in this class, how many boys. So I want to go with the proc frequency by sex. Then I can get, males is this much, females is this much, something like that. I want to find out what is the average age of this class. How many people in this class? What is the average age? What is minimum age? What is the maximum age? What is standard deviation? I want to get all these descriptive statistics. For that case, I am going to use a simple word, proc means. MEANS, proc means. That's enough. You will get all these things. So proc is nothing but a procedure. Okay. So every SAS program contains two steps. One is with the data step. Other one is with the proc step. Okay. Now I'm going to show with a simple program. For example, data venkat.a. Venkat is my library, my name, my library. Like you can create your libraries also. A is my data set name. For example, Guntur is your city. You are staying in Bradipet. Guntur contains Bradipet. Guntur contains Arundalpet. Guntur contains some other stuff also. Like Venkat is my library. It has so many data sets. ID number 1 to 4. First 1 to 4 positions is ID number. Then after that name, 6 to 24 position, team. You will see the dollar symbol. Why it is dollar symbol? Why it doesn't have dollar symbol? Data is two types. One is with a character, other one is with a numeric. One is with a character, other one is with numeric. How SAS is going to recognize? How SAS is going to recognize whether it's a character or numeric? If you specify a dollar symbol, SAS recognizes that that is a character. If you specify dollar symbol, SAS recognizes that that is a character. Suppose if you are not specifying the dollar symbol, no, that is going to consider as numeric. So in this type of situation, you can see ID number is a numeric, name is a character, team is a character, start weight and end weight. Why people wants to go to weight clubs? Weight club means gym. Why people wants to go to gym? Only because of they want to reduce the weight. They want to reduce the weight. So if people are coming into the gym, weight club, first they are going to make a number, then they are taking their name and they want to put it in some stream and start weight and end weight. After 1 month, they want to check with loss is equal to start weight minus end weight. So I want like data lines. Yes, this is my data, and run. This is very simple, a SAS program creating a data set. Again, you have a question. So why I need to write this program? Not necessary. Tomorrow when you are going to the corporate, you never write the program with data lines because data is stored in a database. Simply I am connecting the database. As a trainer, I want to explain what it is going to do. That is the reason I wrote a line like data lines. Every statement ends with a semicolon. You can see here is the semicolon. Data statement, input statement, semicolon here. Loss assignment statement, semicolon here. Data line, semicolon here. This is the data and run statement. So now you understand it like, oh, every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Okay, and SAS programs are written with SAS keywords. Data is a SAS keyword. Input is a SAS keyword. Data lines is a keyword, etc. Okay. Now, rules for SAS statements. What are the rules we have it? Rule is rule. Suppose, for example, just now I mentioned about okay, these are all the rules. So put in a mute, something like. What happened is when we are going with a flow of classes, somebody is disturbing. It will disturb every person. So you should follow the rules. First rule is every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. You can enter SAS statements in either lowercase or uppercase or mixture of two. Suppose, for example, if you are going with some programming languages olden days like COBOL, you need to write everything in capital letters. Suppose if you are going with Fortran, you need to write all in small letters. So the rules are there. But now in SAS, no. You can write your SAS programs in either lowercase or uppercase or mixture of two, doesn't matter. You can begin SAS statements in any column of a line and write several statements in the same line. You can do that. But suppose if you are going with the COBOL, it's not like that. You can start from here itself. Certain rules. You can begin a statement in one line and continue in another line, but you cannot split a word between two lines. For example, you can write data Venkat, for example. Data is one line and Venkat is one line is fine, it accepted. But don't put like DA in one line and TA in one line. No, don't separate. You cannot split a word between two lines. Words in SAS statements are represented by blanks or by special characters. So these are all the basic rules. You need to follow these rules. First of all, you need to follow these rules. So when you are following these rules, yes, your programs are in a good shape. Going back last 15 minutes, what we discussed is SAS is an integrated system of software solutions. You can do a lot of things. One is data entry, retrieval, management, etc. Base SAS contains formats, informats, functions, subroutines, etc. Format means how data is coming in. Format means how we want to display the data. Function always returns a value. Minimum of some values, you will get a minimum. Maximum of something, you will get the maximum. Upcase of all the names, you will get something. So function always returns some value. So these are the basic things. You please understand it. Okay, going further. Rules for names. SAS names are used for SAS dataset names, variable names, and other items. The following rules. SAS names can contain 1 to 32 characters. See, SAS names contain 1 to 32 characters. In version 6, that is probably 96, 97 up to 2000. So that is 1 to 8 characters. After that, version 8. Version 8 is 1 to 32 characters. Now we are working with version 9. That is 1 to 256 characters. Why I did not update this slide is when I'm coming this point, I'm explaining, hey, version 6 has 8 characters, version 8 has 32 characters. Now we are working with version 9, we have 1 to 256 characters. So SAS names have some conditions. The first character must be a letter or an underscore. First character must be a letter or an underscore. Subsequent characters must be letters, numbers or underscore. So I want to see like names like A Azita, AVL, Arti, something like that. All are with letters, starting with a letter, not with numbers. So same thing here also. The first character must be a letter or an underscore. Subsequent characters must be letters, numbers or underscores. Blanks cannot appear in SAS names. The most important, blanks cannot appear. For example, if you want to see January report, January underscore report is required. January underscore report is okay, but blanks cannot appear in SAS names. These are all the rules you need to follow. You need to follow. Special rules for variable names. For variable names only. Okay. For example, when I see this one like Venkat Ikkurthy or Uma, Sopna, etc. For example, somebody typing in all capital letters, somebody is typing all small letters, somebody with the prop case. Prop case means the initial letter is a capital. See, variable names only. SAS remembers the combination of uppercase and lowercase. For letters that you use when you create a variable name, internally the case of letters doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, you can write an uppercase or lowercase. But capital CAT or small cat or capital C small at all represents the same variable. All represent the same variable. But presentation purpose, SAS remembers the initial case of each letter and used it as to represent a variable name when printing it. So whatever you can type, it doesn't matter. But SAS remembers initial letter is a capital. Initial letter is a capital. So these are all basic rules. So you need to follow these rules when you are going with the programs. Okay. Now going back to data analysis and reporting utilities. What is data analysis? I told you like SAS is a very powerful and flexible, very powerful data analysis. You can do anything like, for example, you are applying design of experiments or analysis of variance, response surface methodology, or basic statistics like mean, median, mode, coefficient of variation, etc. All these things we can do it from simple to more complex analysis. For that case, for example, if you are talking about like a design of experiments, or if you are talking about like a correlation coefficient formula is covariance of xy divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. Why I mentioned these things? Covariance of xy 1 by n sigma xy minus x bar y bar. Standard deviation is the square root of something. Okay, something. See, is it necessary for me to remember all these formulas? A lot of logic is required to write all these programs. But SAS can also simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. Simply, there is a procedure. That procedure is proc cur, C-O-R-R, proc cur. Just simply proc cur. What are the variables you are interested? Hypertension, blood pressure, sales and demand, price and demand, something like this. That's enough. It is calculating correlation coefficient. You don't worry about the formula. You don't worry about programming. Just simply you should know, if I want to calculate correlation coefficient, please mute yourself. If I want to calculate correlation coefficient, I must use only a procedure that is proc CORR. That's enough. That's enough. That is the reason SAS can also simplify programming for you with its library of built-in programs known as SAS procedures. I told you just now, every SAS program contains 2 steps. One is with the data step, other one is with the proc step. Data step and the proc step. Okay. SAS producers use data values from SAS data sets to produce pre-programming reports. Pre-programming reports requires minimal effort from you, minimal effort. Because, for example, as a pharmacy graduates, you know what is metabolism, what is toxicology, when this adverse event is going to become like an adverse event. All these things, pharmacy people knows about it. A statistics person knows about what is the purpose of correlation, what is the purpose of standard deviation, variance, etc., all these things. But These people don't know those part. Those people don't know this part. So if they are coming into corporate, yes, they need to learn all these things. A statistics person knows about, need to learn about programming and pharmacy knowledge. A pharmacy people necessary to learn like statistics and programming part. Then only they are going to get opportunities in corporate. So that's the reason. That's the case. It's not a hardcore programming language. It's a very easy language. It's a very easy language. So SAS data sets produce pre-programming reports requiring minimal effort from you. Very simple. If I want to get if you want to go with like any language like C, C++, or even basic or some other steps, if you want to calculate a correlation coefficient, what you need to do? You need to write a program for mean. You need to write a programming for standard deviation. You need to write a programming for covariance, etc., etc. It's almost like 200, 300 lines of the program. Probably if you made a mistake, it will mess up everything. But here, no, not necessary. Proc cur data is equal to so and so. What are the variables we are interested? So this adverse hypertension and blood pressure, just run. That's enough. Only 3 lines is enough. It is going to calculate Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation, Spearman's rank correlation, Hoeffling's correlation. All these correlations you are going to get it. Okay. Now, when you see this one, options, line size, page number, no date. Simple English. Proc print data is equal to so and so. Title health club data. Just now I created one data set. Data Venkat.a input ID number. There is no dollar symbol. Name dollar symbol. Next one team dollar symbol. Start weight, end weight. Then loss is equal to so and so. That is the health club data. I have it. I want to see the data. For that case, of proc print data is equal to a title so and so health club data, and run. Just simply run. Every SAS statement ends with the semicolon. You can write your programs in uppercase or lowercase or mixture of two. Whatever the rules I explained in my previous slides, I am going to incorporate here itself. Now, another procedure, proc tabulate. I want to see this data. Data contains like, I want to see Venkat Ikkurthy, location mail, location is USA. Vardhanapu, location mail, location is Hyderabad. So ABL, location so and so. Something I want to see that information in a tabular format. I want to find out how many males and how many females, etc. For that case, very simple. Proc tabulate data is equal to a class team variables. What are the variables I'm interested? Start weight and weight loss. I want to see a table like this. I have 2 teams, yellow team and red team here. I want to find it out. What is the average starting weight of this group? What is the average ending weight of this group? And what is the average loss? See, proc tabulate data is equal to a class team. I want to make it boys and girls, something like this. These are all the variables I'm interested. I want to create a table like this. This college mean starting score, ending score, something like this. Title, don't worry about the titles. In version 8, we can put the title 2, title 3, title 4, etc. 10 titles. In version 9, you can go with the title up to
Tree Abstract is on 34 Franklin Avenue, Suite 201.
title 12, etc. Everything here. Okay, we will stop.
Sure, cancel.
So title 2 up to etc. title 12. So you can put 12 titles in version 9, 10 titles in version 8. So similarly, footnote also. I can put all the students from India, something like that. Footnote also we can do that. See, it's a very basic things. I don't want to spend too much time on these titles and footnotes. Not necessary. I told you, function. It always returns a value. In format, how data is coming in. Format, how we want to display the data. That's enough. SAS program contains 2 steps. One is with the data step, other one is with the proc step. So SAS rules. That's enough. Now we can go with, I'm going to explain, just now I explained all these things, title statement, etc. Everything here. Now we can see.
Hey, I heard you got a job at SAS.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I'm not really sure what you guys do.
Well, SAS does a lot of things. Pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, government, utilities, banking, insurance, retail, telecommunications.
Well, that narrows it down.
Well, if you think about it, these industries all have one thing in common.
Bad copy.
They're all trying to pull answers out of the data they're gathering.
What data?
Everything. Customer profiles, product development costs, quality control, sales.
Wow.
Too much variety, too much volume, no way to make sense out of it. The real problem is their piles of data don't talk to each other. It'd be like taking a class where all the professors speak different languages.
I have that dream all the time.
You need someone who can translate all that information into something meaningful. Someone who can pull the pieces together and help you get at what you need to know. And that's what SAS does.
What?
SAS pulls it all together, no matter where it comes from.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Well, that's not all. SAS adds the smart part, the intelligence, so companies can turn all those numbers and records into information they can use to take the next step.
What step?
Okay, say Acme Sports wants to increase their sales in the US. They've got a lot of data on sales for the past 25 years. There's data on price points, there's organizational data, overhead, costs of sales, shipping, like that. They've got a huge supplier database, demographics, focus group results, add web commerce to that. It's mountains of data just sitting there.
So?
So SAS turns that mountain into a gold mine. It takes the data, digs around till it finds the information it needs, analyzes it, and boom, Acme sees trends they weren't even looking for. Like maybe they should consider closing the New York store and expanding online sales. Now they can use SAS to figure out where to put their resources and make their marketing more effective.
That's cool.
SAS uses the same technology to help monitor product quality, make drugs safer, detect fraud, track ATM activity, make sense of the census, help the auto industry.
Yeah, but how are you guys keeping up with the web?
We're ahead of the game just by doing the same thing we've always done. Now we just add in a load of information these companies collect online. SAS tracks web customers and predicts what they'll want next. It makes sure the website can handle the volume of users dialing in from all over the globe. You see what I mean?
I get the picture.
And it's more than forecasting. SAS tracks all areas of the business: finance, operation, human resources, sales, you name it. So companies can tell where they are every minute and make smart decisions before it's too late.
That's it?
That's it. SAS is a world leader in e-intelligence software and services, enabling its customers to turn raw data, including the vast quantity generated by e-business, into useful knowledge. And that's why we call it SAS, the power to know.
Okay, that is the basic, like everywhere we are using this. Are you able to hear me? Swapna? I put in a chat window. Yes. Okay, now when you see this, this is simple, like I'm giving a real example here itself. I have a data. Don't worry about too many. The patient 001, I gave a doses on 1st January 2003. Same person I gave a dose on 2nd January also. 002, 15th March and 1st March also. Like this is a simple information. I have a patient, I'm giving a doses to them. Okay, doses to them. Then I have another data set, another table that contains adverse event. This 001, we gave a medicine on 1st January 2003. So remember this 1st January 2003, this guy has 31st December 2002, one day before. We are giving a medicine on 1st January. This guy got 31st December 2002 headache. 2nd January blurry vision. 2nd January anxiety. This guy 002, 2nd March is migraine, conception, athlete's foot, depression, rash, all these things. So this guy, we are giving a medicine on 1st January, and this guy has some adverse event, headache on 31st December. This headache is influenced because of this medicine? No, because we are giving a medicine on 1st January. Yesterday, something has happened, we don't put. So I don't need that information. See, patient, AE start date, adverse event start date, and AE text. See, I told you like 001, 31st December, headache is not here. Because according to my definition, that is not an adverse event. That is not an adverse event. So people are giving this type of information, like dosage information, adverse information. I want to see like this. Then I'm going to provide you some information, like I'm going to give a condition. That condition is any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or one day after a dosing date. That is my condition. My condition is any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or 1 day after a dosing date, then only I am going to consider that is adverse event. Hope all of you understand this business situation. I have two data sets. One is with the dosage, when I gave a dosage to the people, and when I'm getting adverse event. I have two data sets like this dose and adverse data sets. But I want to see output like this. For that case, I'm giving a condition. That condition is any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or 1 day after a dosing date. 1 day after a dosing date. So that's the reason the 31st December 2002 headache is not in my output. This is not in my output. For that case, I want to write a program. I want to write a logical thinking. I want to write a program. For example, when you see this one, we have like a 10 records here and we have like a 6 records here. Oh, we can do it. We can do it manually also. But whereas when you see these COVID cases, 86,000, 87,000 COVID cases across the globe. Okay, across the globe, 22 lakhs, 2.2 million cases in the US, 0.5 million is in India. How many deaths is occurred? What is the reason it is? What is this, etc. Everything. So manually, it's not possible. We want to write a program. We want to write a program. So when you are writing a program and I want to see output like this, So again, I'm applying to my condition. Any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or 1 day after a dosing date. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So this type of situations, you need to write a program. You need to write a program. Tomorrow when you are going for interview, I wrote a program like this. I have two data sets. One is with the dosage information. The other one is with the adverse event information. I have a business rule. Any adverse event is occurred on a dosing date or 1 day after a dosing date. I wrote a program like this. How you are writing a programs? For example, here, you want to write a program always like a header. That's very important. Program name. You need to write a program name written by, okay, your name, purpose, testing. When you wrote this program, what are the key attributes? AES date, adverse event start date, AE text, adverse event text. That type of explanation you need to put in a header. Then after that, you need to write a program. I'm going to explain those things, next another 10-15 minutes. Suppose, when you want to enter into corporate, see, think about, these are all the skills, SAS programmer checklist. See, SAS, little bit about SAS, base SAS. POC SQL, SAS stat. See, I told you so many applications are there. All are not required here itself. Little bit about operating system like Unix, etc. Everything. Database, all the data stored in a database. That's the reason this. And clinical data management systems, clean trial Oracle, electronic data capture, HTML and XML, web scripting, and biopharma skills, unit testing, statistical analysis plan, CRF reviews, C-disk. C-disk is the buzzword now. Everybody is going to get opportunities with C-disk. 21 CFR Part 11. When you see back of, I have so many books with 21 CFR Part 11 and other SAS books also. Okay, create review analysis plan. These skills is required to get the opportunities. I'm telling you, if you have enough knowledge in this these type of skills in both the slides of the skills, yes, definitely you will get a interview. But again, if you got an interview, you should have a good communication skills. So if you don't have good communication skills, even though you have extraordinary knowledge, it's not possible to get the opportunities. So subject, additional skills is required for a job, and most important is communication skills. If you have all these things, yes, you will get the opportunities for itself. Every industry using statistics for taking better decisions. Okay, now you see, I know, like, these are all some certificates like this. Base as certifications here like this. If you have a certification, that should be advantage. Definitely will get an interview, and advanced also a little bit is good enough. And also these are all the symbols, you have it. If you have a base as certification in your resume, you can put base as symbol. Then definitely your resume is picked up and you will get the interview. You will get it. And of course, a little bit about my end, like, this is my own company. Like, I'm doing some consulting, training, and development also. This is my WhatsApp numbers, and these are all my email address and LinkedIn profiles, and a couple of interviews are here. Okay, then you can go with the next slide. Like, we are in YouTube and Twitter and other places also. You can follow all these things. And this is the, I have two parts of this presentation. The first part is like this. I applied the rules and regulations, etc., everything with SaaS programs. Now I am giving like a 5 minutes break. Now your time is like 2:10. I'm again, okay, you can make it 2:11. I can make it 9 minutes. I'm going to start again 2:20, I mean 9 minutes. Then starting with directly with the SaaS server. Opening the SaaS server, how to write a program in front of you, how to see the documentation. Yes, I'm going to put myself on a mute for this 5 minutes. Then I'm going to start now. Okay, thank you all of you. Please stay with us for 5 more minutes, and we need to start with those things. If you have any questions, better to use the chat window and send it to me. Then we are going to discuss those things. Swapna, are you able to hear me now? Yes. All of you able to hear me now? Hello? Any one of you please respond? Okay. Okay, good. Somebody has posted some questions. How to convert the SDTM into ADAM data sets? That's one question. And a couple of other questions also. We are going to discuss these things, after writing one of the SAS program. Okay, this is when you see this document. I think all of you are able to see my screen. SAS help and documentation. SAS help and documentation. When you see SAS products, see base SAS, Open OLAP server, all these products. Okay, when you go back to your base SAS, for example, if you see procedures, SAS procedures, when you see SAS procedures, there are all these procedures. For example, when you go back to proc means, for example, MEANS means, see you have 12 examples are here, 12 examples. If you go to proc report, we have 16 examples are here. Even if you see proc sort, we have so many examples are here. Always use the documentation. Without documentation, I told you like 5 million pages, impossible to read. First of all, you should know where it is available, how to use the documentation in efficient manner. Hello, are you able to hear me now? Somebody mentioned no voice. Hello? It's clear? Okay, good. Now I'm going back to my SAS server. This is the SAS server. See, when you are opening a SAS session, you will find the editor window here, and this is the log window here. You will see environment here, and you can write your programs. Okay, my habit is I want to maximize this window. Okay, I told you how to write a program. I told you like very first step is like I want to write a like this. For example, very first step is I want to see program name. I want to write program name here, written by purpose. What is the purpose of this program? When you wrote this program, what are the key attributes? Modification history. For example, sometimes when you are writing a program, for example, we are going to modify. So why it is, who modified my program? Modified, and why it is modification is required when they modified. When they modified, because even 2 years, 3 years back, somebody wrote a program. I want to copy that program. I want to modify it. So for that case, I want to write down modification history. Who did it? Venkat did it. Why he did it, and when he did it. This is the way you need to maintain your programming approach, because you want to start a career in SAS side. You need to write a programs in very efficient manner. Programming is not like a single person job. It is like a collective task, a group of people working in a programs. So my program should be understandable to other people. My program should be understandable to other people. Other people program should be able to understand me. That's the reason I want to write it all these things. Then after that, I want to create just a data set. For example, just now I told you like I want to write a program. That program is like this, for example. Okay, I don't want to create a library. See, Venkat weight club, data weight club, input. See, input. For example, this is in blue color. For example, if you type, for example, IN, for example, so it is in red color. So when you put a correct word like INPUT, the color change up to is not a valid SAS keyword. Not a valid SAS keyword. When you put a T, the color changes. That means it's a valid SAS keyword. Okay. Now I told you like rules is every SAS statement ends with a semicolon. Input ID number 1 to 4 position. Then if you want to add comment also, that comment is like this. There are two ways of writing a comments. The first way of writing a comment is slash star ends with a star slash. This is the first way of writing a comment. And the second way of writing a comment is star ends with a semicolon. So there are two ways of writing a comments. Comment is not at all influenced with your program, but those are all understandable. Here, my comment is slash star ends with a star slash. No, this is first way of writing a comment. For example, I don't want this line. Just simply I can comment like this. So there are two ways of writing a comments. First way of writing a comment is this approach, and second way is this approach. Okay, data, this much input ID number. What is this ID number? Suppose if you're writing ID number is numeric. So like this. First of all, see up to this is again. Once I put a slash, color changes numeric. For example, what about this one? Start weight. Start weight is also numeric because we don't have dollar symbol. That's the reason this is numeric. Again, this is also numeric. What about this one? If you have a dollar symbol here, yes, you have it like this. That is character. So character. Then you can put like this. Okay, this is character. So you please understand when you are initially writing a programs, you need to understand each and every line. So this data statement is creating a data set. Input statement. Input statement is one of the variables there itself. So my ID number, I don't have dollar symbol that indicates that is numeric. If I have like a team, I have a dollar symbol, that's a character. Again, name and team also. Start weight and date doesn't have anything, it's numeric. So up to these 4 lines, loss is equal to numeric value minus again numeric value, again numeric value. This is the data set. This is the data set. So when I am going to highlight this part, and you can click here, submit. See, there is a small button is here, just to submit. You can put submit. There are 4 ways of writing your programs. That's fine. We will discuss it later. So when you see this one, see data work.wait club has 5 observations and 6 variables. Notes are in blue color. Okay, I want to go back. I want to remove this semicolon. I made a mistake. I know that I made a mistake when I'm going to run this code. For example, here, run it. What happened? You know what happened? Go back to the log window. SAS system is stopped. Why it is stopped? When you see this one, errors are in red color, notes are in blue color, warnings are in green color. So error, what is error? Syntax error. Expecting one of the following, name, a quoted string, parenthesis, semicolon, etc. These are all missing. So it is going to provide you a message like this, expecting one of the following. So then go back to your program. Then you are missing semicolon. Yes, this is the missing semicolon like this. Then I am going to run this code again. Just run it. You go to the log window. See like this. So it is going to help you to write it down. Okay. Now, for example, just now I got this data set. Now I want to see that where this data set is. Go to your libraries. Here, your work library, you have weight club data here itself. I want to see the data. For that case, proxy, red color. When you see valid keyword, see valid keyword, proc print, print, proc print, data is equal to, proc print data is equal to weight weight underscore club. Blanks cannot appear in SAS names. So that's the reason. Remember that one. Blanks cannot appear in SAS names. That's the reason I put underscore here. Proc print data this much. Then I am going to run this code. Run it. See, ID number, name, team, start weight, end weight loss. What is this? OBS. By default, it is going to provide you OBS. I don't want it. For that case, what I need to do? Just Control C and Control V. Just I'm going to go with the NOOBS. NOOBS is a blue color. Again, when I'm going to run this code, run it. When you go back to the log window, check the log window. No errors. Good. Go back to the output window. Now it is gone. Previously you have OBS. Now OBS is gone. Simply what you did is just simply you are going with a option like this. For example, when you want to read something, first of all, you want to buy a book. What you are going to do? You need to see with the contents, what the book contains. For that case, proc, CONTENTS, proc contents, data is equal to weight underscore club, weight underscore club, and run. So proc contents is the procedure. It is going to provide you what the data set contains, data set description. So that is going to do this. When I am going to run this code, run it. See proc contents. It is see end weight, ID number, loss, name, start weight, team. What does it mean? Hey, my data set contains, initially I have like ID number, then after that name, after that team, after the start weight, then end weight, then loss. Why it is coming like this? When you see this one, E, I, L, N, S, T. So by default, proc contents is going to provide you the variables in a alphabetic order. I don't want to see variables in a alphabetic order. How exactly I am creating? For that case, very simple, VARNUM. See, appreciation color doesn't change. VARNUM, where num is the option you are going to use it. When I am going to run this one, now see ID number, name, team, start weight, and weight loss. This is the way you need to understand each and every line of your programs, each and every line of the program. Then after that, I have a data set like this. Then I want to go with like this. For example, here I have a data set, proc tabulate data. I will remove this one. Wait, club. See, class team. Coming back again. For example, I'm going to run this code. Title. This is the table, and this is the title. Whatever the title doesn't matter. Title 2 and title 3. What does it mean? I want to see my output in a different way. That means for each table, for each group, class team, I have two teams. One is a yellow team, another one is a red team. I want to calculate for each team. These are all the variables: start weight, end weight, loss. I want to see my table. Team is like this: mean starting weight, mean ending weight, mean loss. I want it. Okay. Then simply I'm going to run this, just these 6 lines of the program. Then you will see proc tabulate is running. Then you will get a output. Still it is running. See, mean starting weight, ending weight line. So this title, don't worry about title part. See, mean starting weight, mean end weight, mean loss. I got all these things. Suppose your boss, hey, I don't need mean. I want standard deviation. What I need to do? Just go back to here, or even yeah, standard deviation like this, STD, for example. Okay. So when I'm going to run this one, say standard deviation comes up here. For example, statistics people knows about corrected sum of squares. Corrected sum of squares means CSS. CSS is corrected sum of squares. When I'm going to run this code, see, corrected sum of squares. Even if you want to go with uncorrected sum of squares, simply copy this program. Then you can change it to USS. Again, you have a question. Hey, Venkat, you know all these things. How come we know that? For that case, open your Bible. Bible is here is this one. This one. We are talking about tabulate procedure, right? Tabulate procedure. Where is tabulate? Here is the tabulate procedure. In this tabulate procedure, overview, tabulate procedure, what is going to do? Tabulate procedure displays descriptive statistics in a tabular format using some or all the variables in a data set. You can create a variety of tables ranging from simple to highly customized. Go to the next slide. This is the way. Then go to the syntax. And these are all to do this. Customize your HTML content. Contents is equal to specify input data set. Data is equal to do this. Use this option. Okay, I'll use this option. Go to next by statement, class level statement, frequency, key label, keyword table, where statement, white statement, concepts. See, these are all the concepts. Call percentage n, PCT sum, CSS, corrected sum of squares, coefficient of variation, maximum, min, etc. All these statistics keywords available in proc tabulate. Simply you need to use standard deviation, just STD, standard error, STD ERR, sum. See, all these things is available here itself. So that's the way when you are writing your programs, you don't worry about it. It's very simple approach. When you open your document, program, when you go back to here, simple. What is the difference? Suppose if you want to see the output, this type of output in any programming language, you need to write at least 300 lines of the program, 300 lines. But here, no, just very simple. Forget about this. This is not necessary. Whatever you are typing, it comes up. Okay. So proc tabulate, data is equal to weight club, class team, start weight, end weight loss. Team is equal to this much. These three lines of your output, it is going to provide these lines, 3 lines of the program, it is going to provide you an output like this. That is the beauty of SAS. Because you don't worry about it. Even I know I have like students from various backgrounds like pharmacy. And I'm getting so many phone calls, but every day I'm getting at least 10 to 15 phone calls. Out of these 10 to 15, 12 phone calls definitely from pharmacy students remaining. So pharmacy people and the statistics people must know all these things, because as of now today, FDA, Food and Drug Administration, is using SAS for their analysis purpose. That is the reason every company, every pharma biotechnology companies, they must go with SAS. But of course, SAS is a very expensive software. But luckily, recently they changed it. They put a university edition. So you can download from SAS website. The university edition is a free. Then you can practice. You can practice in your computer. That you can do that. That is the beauty. That is the advantage. A single user license. Go and check in Google. SAS license. A single user license. It costs like basic version is $9,000, $8,800, or something like that. Whatever I am using, this software is a lot of like more than $100,000. So this is the way you need to download the university edition. As a student, you can download it. If you want, we can help how to download those things. That's not a problem. Then you can start writing a programs like this. Most important is documentation. This is the documentation. Read it. Even I'm reading a novel. I don't know what it contains. I'm watching movie. After completion of movie, I don't remember who is heroine, who is heroine, because my bread and butter is coming from here. That means even when you see back each and every book, I know what book contains. Now it is not necessary. Everything is in my computer. Everything is in a soft copies. So everything is fine. Read it, because your bread and butter, if you want to come to corporate, pharmacy students and the statistics students, of course, management people wants to get it in. Perfectly, you need to learn the things. Learn the things means perfectly you need to know how to use the documentation. Read it. If I want to calculate something, yes, you can do these things. And going back to here, it's very easy. Elementary statistical procedures. When you go to overview, most simple, most common simple statistics. When you open this simple statistics, it takes like, if you want to calculate number of missing values, you can use either proc means or proc univariate, proc tabulate, proc report, proc cur, and proc sequel. If I want to calculate number of non-missing values, yes, you can do this. If you want to calculate median, you can use either this one or this one, you can use this. If you want to calculate correlation, see correlation, corrected sum of squares, somewhere else correlation. Yeah, you will get it. Proc cor is there. You will get correlation coefficient. You will get it only here itself. So if you have this table printout in your desk, you understand which procedure is useful for which purpose. As a statistics person, I am a statistician. I can understand all the formulas. People like you, not necessary. But you should know if you want to calculate coefficient of variation. You can use either this procedure or this procedure or this procedure. That one you need to know that. You need to know that if you want to calculate variance, what is variance? Don't worry about it. If you want to calculate variance, yes, these are all the procedures you can use it. If you want to calculate covariance, you can use only proc cur is only the procedure it is going to get it. So take the printout of this, and don't worry about the formulas also. Don't worry about the formulas part. Just you need to go with these things. And you can check with these, like some lot of examples are there. For example, you go to append procedure, there is no example. That's not required. For example, we see chart procedure, creating a simple frequency chart, producing frequency in a percentage bar chart, etc. There are so many examples are here. So much of resources are available there itself. That is the reason these training sessions and learning the software and everything is only hours. Not even days also, only hours, 30 hours to 40 hours. Particularly in the US is 3 days, 2 days, they are going to teach. They are going to teach means how they want to do this. So this is the way you need to see the documentation. This is the way you need to write your programs. So this is my intention. This nowadays, like, everybody talks about they want to become like a statistical programmer. They want to become like a clinical trial programmer. They want to get it something like this. But you need to understand. Somebody asked, okay, now time is, we have 2 more minutes, then question and answer session, we are going to start. Now, somebody asking a question, Saranya Sivalingam. Will SAS free version contains all these examples? You can practice. But this documentation is a corporate documentation. Means tomorrow when you are going to the work, yes, you can access this documentation, that you can do that. So most of the times I'm using this corporate versions, but particularly for when I go with some universities, some corporate, some training sessions, then only I'm encouraging people to download that free version. Let me check with that. But you can practice these programs in a university edition also. Okay. And the next one is like somebody is asking about send PPT and my email address to thanks to YouTube video links also. But you mentioned that that person is name is ASUS underscore XPOOPD, etc. If the person is not even disclose his first name and last name, what can I do? First step is okay. Going further, next is somebody is asking feedback from submitted, and everything is like somebody is asking a question converting the SDTM to ADAM data sets. I don't know this Prasanna Dilkar. See, converting this SDTM and ADAM, probably you know SAS and you are working with SAS side, etc. Everything. See, converting this raw data into SDTM is a big process. Then converting this SDTM into ADAM is another thing actually. So I don't know what exactly you are looking for. This is only an introduction class. I think you have my email address. Send me that email address. I mean, whatever exactly you are looking for, probably I can help some extent. I can do that. I have some other questions here. Which skills is required to learn SAS? Only hard work, analytical thinking is required. Hard work, analytical thinking is required. Okay, that is the one thing. And what are the opportunities for SAS programming positions? SAS programming position or SAS data analyst or clinical data analyst or market research analyst, everything is same. Everything is same. But one thing is like those are all the opportunities. Nowadays, data is vast. So data analyst are so many positions, clinical data analyst. You need to start with the career as a statistics people. You need to start with the career as a data analyst. After some time, you are going to become like a data scientist. I am also a statistics degree. So I'm starting the analysis side. Now I'm a data scientist. So data science, that is the one approach. Even though I'm a statistics person, I learn myself with what is metabolism talks. It's not a rocket science. You can learn. Similarly, pharmacy people also, they can learn a little bit about these things. There are plenty of opportunities. How to certified in SAS? Certified in SAS is like you can go to Prometric or Pearson, I think, examination center. Then you can register in that examination. Then you will get there are like 65% is the passing score in that examination. Then you will get the certificate. Then your name is posted in their website, certified professionals list. That is the advantage. And can pharmacy student can learn SAS? Yes, pharmacy students, their options is like first one is starting with the pharmacy. Second one is entering into the industry. Third one is with marketing the new drugs. These three options. If you go to any pharmacy store, a 10th class failed candidate is dispensing a drugs. Dispense means they are giving the drugs. They are captured the jobs. A BCom graduate is marketing the drugs. So actually they're all pharmacy people jobs. Unfortunately, somebody is grabbing their opportunities. So that is the reason SAS with the clinical side, clinical knowledge, you already have it. Having this SAS is always advantage. Definitely SAS is one of the best, not one of the best, is one of the best option for pharmacy students. That's why you can do that. Somebody is asking a question. I'm a biostatistics student. What are the chances of getting job after learning SAS? That's what I told you, like a biostatistics. What is biostatistics? Medical statistics, business statistics, economic statistics. Mean formula is same. All the case mean formula is same, sigma x by n, something like that. If you are using patient data, you are talking about biostatistics. If you are talking about sales information, business statistics. You are talking about like some financial information, economic statistics. So don't worry about that part. Of course, definitely this advantage. Send me a small email later. Definitely I can help those type of questions. Somebody is asking the question is like, I learned SAS in Hyderabad, but I am unable to get a job. What can I do to get a job? See, this is like a tricky question. First step is you need to recognize who is your faculty. Who is your faculty? See, if the faculty has an industry experience, then definitely you can do that. Suppose, for example, a pharmacy student comes to me, for example, even I'm not a pharmacist, but I know statistics, I know SAS programming, they don't know those things. I can teach those things. A statistics person is coming to approach. He don't know programming. He don't know pharmacy. I can teach those things. So decide yourself, like who is your faculty? Faculty helps a lot, particularly for, and also the faculty has both experience in industry as well as teaching. Only teaching different scenario. Only industry, different scenario. You need to pick up good faculty. Good faculty, that faculty has a good experience in industry-wise, definitely that will help. Simply, I told you like what is function, a minimum is a function. It is going to provide you minimum values. Maximum is a function. It is going to provide you maximum values. Uppercase is a function, converting it into upper cases. Is it necessary? Within 1 minute of time, you are able to learn all these things. Uppercase is converting this. Similarly, I explained about what is function, what is informat, what is format. Definitely, you can remember all those things. We don't need to spend too much of information, but unnecessary things. So that's the reason you need to decide yourself which one is necessary, which one is unnecessary. Probably it's tough for you. But people like me, I know, I can understand, hey, this is required. For example, I can spend a lot of time with the substring. I can spend a lot of time with the trim. I can from the index, those are all important. Minimum, maximum, n, etc. Everything. I don't even spend even single minute also. So that's a different. That's a faculty. If you took a good faculty, yes, absolutely, definitely will get a job. I'm very positive on that side. What are the chances of getting job in pharmacy students in industry? Yeah, pharmacy students is also is good opportunities for sure, because they know. Yesterday's our presentation from Dr. Prasad. He explained about like AU's area under the curve, trapezoidal rule, etc., all these things. If you understand all these concepts, the chances are pretty much very high. Any other questions? I have 10 more messages. Oh God. Can you suggest me online certified good institution for SAS programming? Vaishnavi Surendra. See, yeah, it's Vaishnavi. Like, online. Of course, I am also in business. Frankly speaking, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm doing whole social service. Up to this part, yes, social service. We don't want to take it. Yes, we are also giving the training. The training is, our training is not like that, not like this, because we have very few people in a class. That class contains, I need first name and last name, which college. I want to talk to the person at least 10 minutes personally by phone. Then after that, a person should have a strong commitment, intention to learn the new things. Then only I am going to accept you as my student. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, no, absolutely no. See, here is, of course, my bread and butter is coming with my my passion is with the teaching. And I want to see like a quality training is very important, that we can do that. Probably sometime next month, we are starting a fresh batch for SAS programming, particularly with flavor with the clinical and financial side. That is only Sunday. That's only Sunday, probably evening time, like 3 o'clock. And my time is early morning, 5:30. 2-3 hours or 4 hours. Total duration is like 35-40 hours duration is the class. That means 8 weeks session. I am going to send a clear agenda for every week. You need to start. We need to do all those things, that we can do that. So nowadays online is the best. Check with those things. That is, I think I cleared. Similarly, we can have a classes like R and SPSS. See, I don't have too much time to take the classes in R and SPSS, because wherever money is there, wherever demand is there, I want to go only that area, for example. Okay, if personally somebody wants something about, send me the email, I can help some extent. I just completed my SAS course. What do I next? I don't know. Just I clearly mentioned about, you did a SAS course completed. Who is your faculty? What are the chances are there? Suppose if I'm conducting an interview, you need to come up with certain things. That's important. What do I next? That's one. What are the advantages SAS over open source like R and financial data analysis and econometrics? It's a very good question. See, even we are using SAS, like R also. See, R is nowadays we are using with the validation purpose. Suppose I got a values like uncorrected sum of squares, 95, 950, etc. Everything. Is the value is correct or wrong? For that case, I am using R. I am using R, validation. But primary programming we are doing in SAS. Validation programming is we are doing in R. That is going to be happen now. Probably after 10 years, after 5 years, somebody is going with like our FDA wants to move to R. Definitely R is good on that time. That's what I'm clearly mentioning. As of now, FDA is using SAS. I don't know tomorrow. I don't know day after tomorrow. But as of now, yes, SAS is the very good compared to any other software. Open source software has advantages and disadvantages. Advantages is a free. Disadvantages, customer support. If you don't have customer support, that should be really tough. People, suppose I have a problem, somebody need to help us. If I'm paying the money, they will help us. Open source, no. That is the all advantages and disadvantages. Particularly for, I need item response theory based study. See, that is the response based theory or design of experiments, all those things. I have my doctorate degree almost in design of experiments. So I can do all those things because this is person to person is different. This class is exclusively for introduction and the SAS program rules, how you want to write a programs and what are the opportunities. Tomorrow when you are going to go with the interview, how you are going to manage it, which is the best field in pharmacy for SAS programmers. 95% of, not 95, 97% of Fortune 500 companies, they are using SAS. So that's the reason, yes, any industry, manufacturing or pharmaceutical, etc. everything. So any other questions, Sudhakar Garu?
Happy Father's Day.
Hello? Sir, we can get the knowledge in, where we can get the knowledge in SAS, like cohort study. It's a good question, because you can send me those things in personal, you can send an email to me. I can put it in my chat window with my email address. You can send it to me. Definitely we can do that, because you.
Sir, I have a general question, sir.
Sure, go ahead.
After listening to your class, the first time I am listening this SAS programming class. So I am feeling enthusiastic that I must also join the class. Can I also join the class?
So absolutely, you can join. Anybody can join. Only one thing is you should have analytical thinking. That's important. Okay. The only thing is like you are ready to work hard. Little bit about the analysis. Okay. That's all it is.
No, don't misunderstand me. Why I am asking you is because in spite of our busy schedules, see, we may not be able to spare time, but however, I want to, learn from you and, learn through self-help also.
That's always I'm mentioning that, is it, suppose for example, a week, or every Sunday, 3 hours if you are spending 3 hours, for example, then you are in the managerial side or something, you are managing with the people, so you have the people's information, then you want to analyze the performance of the people. You want to analyze who will get more promoted, how will get more incentives, all these things, just like as very simple programming knowledge, just 3-4 lines of the program is enough. Now you can see red team and yellow team, like, okay, which district, what is the starting income and what is the ending income. We have 25 districts, I think, today or tomorrow onwards. You will, depending upon that, you are going to take a decision. For that case, what you need to do, just you need to write it down, just only 3 lines of the program. This is enough. Proc tablet data, district information. I want so and so here. These are all the variables I am interested. How many employees are there? How much is the salary? How much is the expenditure, etc. I want to see in the team itself. Within a second, you will get it. So that, see, SAS is like a very powerful weapon. Using that weapon, you can cook your vegetables, or you can do any other things also.
So one more thing, sir.
Yes.
Sir, by your answers, I understand that most of them are pharmacy students and some are medical graduates. Very few, I think, medical and dental graduates are also there, I think. And management graduates and engineering graduates are there. So how does, what kind of jobs can engineering graduates and management graduates get by taking SAS course?
Management graduates, they want to manage the people in efficient manner. How they want to manage the people? Just now I mentioned about their performance, they want to give incentives because they want to do analysis first of all. For that case, managerial business intelligence is the place where SAS is a very powerful business intelligence software. That's one thing. Coming back to engineering students, they want to enter into IT side, corporate, software side. SAS is a programming language. SAS is just other programming languages. It has its own rules, everything. Just like as an IT job, like data analyst, that area they have plenty of opportunities, particularly in IT side. The pharmacy students, yes, pharmacy with the pharma background, particularly for clinical side, yes, they are able to get the opportunities. So yeah, that's the situation.
Great, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem. So what is the basic fees for SAS? Please reply this, Arun Mehta. Yeah, you can send me the email, then we can discuss those things in offline. how much, thanks so much, clearly explained from your presentation. Now I'm very much interested to that. So yeah, whatever, whoever was interested, send me the small email to us, and best, we will definitely, we will respond it for sure. So I told you, like, our sessions is very limited sessions. People should have strong commitment to enter into the corporate. That's very important. And the second thing is, like, at least you need to spend 3 hours. Like, I told you, like, success and excuses don't talk to each other. Same thing. Sunday by 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock is class, means yes, our class. That's all it is. You can fix it. We can put a schedule, everything. We always put in a timelines. We need to follow those timelines. That's very important. So corporate ethics is required, and you need to download the software from SAS Institute, and you need to do it. Then whatever the programs we are going to provide it, and you need to practice those programs. Lot of effort is required. A lot of effort is required. So yeah, fill that feedback form from us. If you have any questions, you can add in that feedback form with other comments area also. Definitely, we will help all these things. Okay. If we don't have any other questions, then we can conclude this session by, we have only 2 more minutes left. Yeah, seems to be, I think we need to close the session, then we'll go from there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thanks very much, all of you. Then you can leave the session. Actually, we have a continuous session with resume preparation and some interesting about business communication side. If anybody wants to continue on the session, Sudhakar Garu, if you don't mind, you can allow them for today's session with the communication side.
Sure,
That may
sir.
be-
Please
and other
make
people
me
also.
the host, sir.
Okay, I will do. You are a host now. I will do that, and yeah, make a host. Yes, you are the host now.
And you can close your presentation, sir.
Yes, I closed that one. I'm going to stop my sharing my session.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you are the presenter. You can share. You can go with us. Okay.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Well, good afternoon, friends. These webinars being conducted by Professor Ikkurthy has been going on for the past 2 months. And I've been associated with him to take this class on business communication for professional graduates. And I want to reiterate that most of you, I think, are repeating the sessions, but then I just want to say only one thing. Here, business communication does not mean that this session is only for those who are business graduates. This session is also, it can also be known as communication skills for professional graduates, which means this is useful for engineering graduates, for pharmacy graduates, for management graduates, and for any other graduates, professional graduates, and normal graduates also. Because without communication, there is no life. Starting from the morning we get up in the morning till the time we sleep, we keep on communicating either verbally or orally. And while sleeping also, there are dreams that come. And then if you are thinking about what to do tomorrow, if you are busy, there is a stress that keeps coming as dreams, which means that, again, you are communicating even while asleep. Okay? Yeah. So this business communication for professional graduates is for all professional graduates, irrespective of the subject they are studying. Well, thank you. And I also wish to thank you. This being the last class. And I also wish to thank you that we thought that, okay, I've been a communicator for a long time. But I thought, yeah, I could take the classes easily. But then my experience and exposure tells me that it is not easy taking classes being an academic. And hats off to all those academics, all the professors out there who are taking classes, I realize the kind of effort that you need to put. Thanks to all of you. Okay. So now with the COVID-19, follow the protocols given by ICMR, and like our professor was telling, do not listen to all rumors. Please listen to ICMR and whatever UN World Health Organization, and only those official organization which gives you. Please use masks, please use social distancing, and please ensure that you wash your hands for 20 seconds at least. That's the minimum. And stay home, save yourself, save nation, and if you are safe, your loved ones will be safe. You will be able to take care of your loved ones, talk to them, enjoy with them, bond with them for a long time. Yeah. Then, this will be our last webinar. So don't waste your valuable time. You can do a lot of certifications, and you will, whatever courses you have done, if you send your details, Professor Ikkurthy will send you your certificates. Then this is the final session of business communication. Please mute your audio. Do not turn your video, because there will be some amount of disturbance. As we saw that, Professor Ikkurthy, there was some garbled sounds. Then please, for better results, use a headset, and you can put your questions in the chat window. And I'm sure that this session is going to be an interesting session for you. This session will be on resume writing, attending an interview, and how social media also helps you get a job, and it is also a bane and it's also a boon and a bane. Boon means it is advantageous. Bane means it is disadvantages. So I start with Robert Kiyosaki's statement. He is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says education is the foundation of success. You may have a lot of scholastic skills, though they are important. Financial skills and communication skills are also equally important. Here, financial skills gives you financial freedom. Somebody asked, how much do I pay for the course? Because the minute you pay for a course, it means that you are investing in yourself. Payment for a course means investing in yourself for your future. So, in this session, we are going to talk of communication skills, which would be or a professional communication skills. See, communication works for those who work at it. We need to practice communication. We need to understand what communication is. If you do not practice communication, you will not know about communication, and communication, which is the crux, which is the lifeblood of any business, which is the crux for any individual, it will not be able to help you. So you need to practice communication. Okay. So please understand that you will learn about communication only if you work at it. Then today's three objectives: really a job for a resume? Is it possible? Yeah, maybe we send a lot of resumes. Lakhs and lakhs of resumes are sent. I mean, how do you say we'll get a job? Yeah, that's what we are going to see. And communicate effectively and land a job. See, how do we conduct ourselves in an interview when we go for an interview? And how to leverage social media. Because like I told you, through social media, you get jobs these days, but you also can be kicked out of the job if you are not using your social media, if you are not leveraging your social media productively and correctly. And again, these are the industries, we just put a few industries, but everywhere in life, life sciences, pharmacy, engineering, everywhere in life, without communication, there is no life at all. Then these are the communication skills. This is something called a word cloud for your subject, for engineering graduates, for pharmacy graduates, for management graduates, your topics. There is an app called Word Cloud. You can prepare your own word cloud on your own subject, this is kind of a brainstorming kind of a thing. Then when a survey was done by the world's best companies, top top skills were needed. And the top skills are, see, 1 communication, 8 interpersonal communication. These are the top in-demand soft skills. See, these are the in-demand skills. And see, in the continents, see, in India, most of the students, they want to go to US, they want to study in Europe, they want to study in Australia. The reason for that is their communication skills are super. They're very good. So that's the reason why you go there, you work, you learn a lot of communication skills, you get good jobs over there. And the rest of the world is us and a lot of other Asian countries, African countries. See, it is only 6.9%. Looks like we need to catch up a lot about communication skills. And this is a session which will help you develop communication skills and use it productively in your life. What is effective communication really? We know that communication is nothing but flow of information from the sender to the receiver. I am the sender. You are listening to my communication. You are the receiver. What I need to do as the sender is I need to engage you. Engage in the sense that I should make it interesting and ensure that, oh yes, this guy is good. I need to listen to it. I need to understand. So I must create that kind of a situation for you. Being considerate and really listens to the other person. And at the end of this, you have a Q&A, you have a chat. See, if you in midway, if you want to ask something, you can ask through the chat window or the Q&A. That is the response thing. Then when you speak, see, anybody for that matter, you must be clear and confident. And please underline the word gracious in their interactions. Gracious means empathetic, kind. The other person should feel, hey, this guy seems to be a very good communicator. Looks like this will be useful to me. That's the kind of feeling the other person should get when you are doing your communication. See, these are the components of communication. I just, just like that, a sender, the encoding, then the channel, the message, decoding, receiver, the response, the feedback, just for general purpose. That's all. We have already seen this. Then here he says, see, communication is the kind of soft skills that it is very, very important for our career advancement. Okay. He says that those who have been in technical functions also, the leaders, those who are at the top positions, those who are in the corner offices, he found that they were all effective communicators. Okay. Now see, these are the 2 greatest communicators of India. One is Swami Vivekananda. See, when Swami Vivekananda went to the US and attended the Parliament of Religions, he electricized the gathering. They were very, very, motivated, inspired by his speech. He started by saying, dear brothers and sisters. See, before, nobody has addressed such a gathering as dear brothers and sisters. So they were very, very impressed by Swami Vivekananda's speech. And Swami Vivekananda is one of the greatest communicators